In this video, we're going to create this Contact Us UI design from scratch, and we're actually going to leverage some of the elements and some of the design styles which we established in the very first video of this series with the home. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, feel free to do so. And now without further ado, let's go right into the tutorial. Alright, we're back in Figma and we're going to resume from where we left in the previous video. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to basically select this home, and I'm going to copy and paste it so that we can have an exact same frame on the right. Now in this case, we're going to basically change it to contact so that we can have a different name. And we're going to go ahead and start to remove some of these elements, since we're going to essentially use the same base when it comes to the top heading, but the rest we're going to change it up. So let's go ahead and let's write Contact Us, and we're going to have some text right here saying something around the lines of feel free to reach out for any inquiries or questions you might have. And we're going to start adding some input fields. So the way this is going to work is essentially, well, first of all, let's try and make it a central alignment, so that we're going to have more space and more emphasis on these fields themselves. We're also going to delete this element below right here. We're going to center the button just for the time being. Now we're going to access the rectangle tool in order to basically start adding some of these input fields. And as you can see, we can still barely see the layout grids. So in order to increase the visibility, just going to turn up the color just a notch, and by doing that we can easily see what can actually be a better layout in this case. So let's round it up just a little bit, and I'm going to use the same color of the background just as a start. Then I'm going to make it a little bit lighter, and this is essentially going to help us to create these input fields. Now let's duplicate this, and as you can see, by using this column grid, we can easily center it and have them in an equal distance. So overall, I think this could work. Now I'm going to delete this simply because I want to also add the text before I finally duplicate it. So I'm going to bring up this text right here, and I'm going to write here first name. We're going to also make this auto width, and I'm going to basically create a component out of it. So I'm going to click here on create component, and here we're going to rename it to input / text. All right, now let's duplicate this component. I'm going to bring it right here. And I'm going to write last name in the second box. All right, now let's duplicate it one more time, or actually let's select both of these. We're going to duplicate it by using Shift plus Option or the Alt key. And I'm going to write here emo. Then here we're going to have repeat emo. And let's add the asterisk, since this is going to be compulsory. All right, now we have these elements. We're going to duplicate this one more time. We're going to enlarge this element to cover all of this space so that we can actually add the text. Now, an issue that you can easily see right here is that in the master component, which is this component right here with the 4 dots, compared to the single instances which are just outlined, we haven't really set any constraint. So I'm going to set the constraint to the left and the top, so that no matter how much I stretch this element, the email text is always going to stay the same. And here I'm going to write your message. All right, maybe let's make it just a little bit smaller, and that will do. All right, I'm also going to add here a element, which is going to be the asterisk. I'm going to write here required. I'm going to select just the asterisk and use the very same red color. I'm going to add it over here, and we're also going to duplicate this text. Actually, let's duplicate this one, and I'm going to write here, I have read, confirm the terms of agreement. Now let's select the terms of agreement. Let's make it bold. Let's change the color to be this blue, so that it looks like a hyperlink. Great. Now that we have done that, we're going to also add a rectangle around it, so that we can essentially have this as a checkbox to be confirmed. I'm going to round up just a little bit, and here we go. We have our basic form element. I'm going to bring the button right here, and I'm going to write submit or send message, and we pretty much have our basic layout. Now I'm also going to add just below this element a map, so that we can easily see where is the location of this place. And as you can see, we have 7 of roundedness right here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're going to go on Google, going to write maps London, and we are essentially going to grab a piece of this map. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to go ahead over here, and then we're going to essentially use the screenshot app, which is default. It's a free app which is installed on the Mac by default. You can use any other screenshot service out there, really doesn't really matter. And now we're going to go back in Figma and paste what we just took a screenshot of. So as you can see, this is looking pretty good. One tip that I have is we can actually change the crop section right here, and yeah, I think overall this is working out. We're also going to add some sort of a address below, just in case someone might want to actually use an address. Address is going to be just going to make up an address, or even better, we can go under plugins, content reel. And if you don't know, if you don't have content reel already, you can simply go under browse plugins in community, search for content reel, and under plugins you're going to see here, just click on install and you're going to have it. Now that being said, basically let's go back over here, and we're going to use content reel plugin. Again, it's taking a moment to load up. As you can see, you have all sorts of different addresses which you can use, and elements for quick and fast, for adding them like quick and fast. So let's just change this to London. Let's just pretend this is an avenue in London. And yeah, content reel helped us quite a bit in also in past videos. And that's that. Let's add full address. Let's make a bold. And what we're going to do is we're also going to add the auto width. Let's bring this one here, and we're going to find by using nucleo icons again the address or location. We just need to find like a location pin or something. And this can be also the one from Google Material. This one right here would work pretty well. So let's use the same color as we have right here. And as you can see, we have our very full address here below. And this would pretty much close this part of the tutorial. Let's bring it on the left. Maybe one small touch that we can consider is actually adding a oval right here. Make it white and bring it below this icon, group it together, and we have our nice little white dot in the middle. So this will be pretty much it for this tutorial and or for this video. And we're going to move forward with this website, which as you can see, it's growing quite a bit in the next video.